My name's Michael Raeburn. I made this film in Salisbury, the capital of Rhodesia, with a group of friends who live in Rhodesia. Rhodesia Countdown is a personal statement. It is the point of view of a group of people who have suffered the humiliations and frustrations of Rhodesian life. It is not, therefore, documentary. For us, the film was an opportunity to express ourselves, to let off steam, and defy the Rhodesian government, which was doing its best to keep us silent. I play the somewhat caricatured role of a white Rhodesian, Mr. Carlton French. All the other actors in the film would prefer to remain anonymous.
10. This is the story of a crime. These are the black areas of Salisbury. Under the Land Apportionment Act, 25,000 blacks are allowed to live here. These people are so dangerous and disorderly that the white men built this tower to watch over the townships. These are the white areas, the avenues of peace and tranquility. Here live the men of civilized standards who try to maintain law and order in the land. This is the home of Mr. Carlton French, yet another inoffensive citizen who has suffered at the hands of infiltrators from the black areas.
Mr. Carlton French, can you tell us how it all happened?
Yes. I was sitting in my lounge the other day having a beer in the evening, just come back from work. What happened is that this munt must have come
This what?
This black man, this Kappa, black man must have come up the drive, got in my car, was parked behind this Land Rover, and just drove the thing off. I didn't hear anything. The cheek of the guy is quite incredible, and none of my boys heard anything. Boys, come here, quickly. Come on, up. Did you see anything?
No, sir.
Did you see anything?
No, boss.
Did you?
No, master.
I thought not. Well, you know, you can't believe them. Right, go on back to work.
Sir, are you a Rhodesian?
Yes, I'm a Rhodesian, born and bred. If there's anybody here in this country that should know these black people, it's me. I've been brought up in this country. I've worked with these guys my whole life. I know what they want. I know, for instance, that they respect the tough man. They like the man with a strong arm. That's what they like. They don't want too much of this freedom. Does them no good.
Sir, do you think that the motives behind this crime are a result of the British attitude towards Rhodesia?
Let me tell you something. A very interesting point. Do you know how many times in the last year the Prime Minister of Britain, Mr. Harold Wilson, has been to Russia?
Excuse me, sir.
What the hell do you want? Well, don't just stand there. I'm not going to bite you.
Your ball. Is this your car?
Good God, yes.
I know where it is.
Where?
John Mambo is it? Stays in Harare, that's his address.
What's your name?
I'm John Mambo.
Where were you born?
I was born here in Rhodesia.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
What does your father do?
He's a delivery boy in town.
How many brothers and sisters have you?
I've got 4 brothers and 5 sisters.
How many are living with your parents?
All of them except me.
How many rooms in the house?
We've only got 3 rooms.
Where do you live?
I live in Harare.
Is it possible for whites to visit your home?
It is possible, but the authorities don't like it very much.
Did you go to school?
Yes, I've been at school for 10 years.
Who paid for your schooling?
My father did.
After school, what job did you get?
I was working in a factory. And then after that, for 3 years, I haven't been working.
What do you do all day?
Well, I'll just be looking after the garden, or sometimes I was looking for work.
Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Who paid your lobola or marriage dowry?
My father did.
Have you any children?
Yes, I've got a son.
How old is your son?
He's 4 years old.
Who pays the rent for your house?
I get the rent out of my wife's salary. She's working at Harare Hospital as a nurse.
Are you pleased to get this job as an actor in a film?
Yes, very much so.
What's that you're painting?
I'm just painting a portrait of Rhodesia.
9.
Hey! Put that radio. What's your name?
I'm John Mambo.
36 Vuku Drive.
Correct.
Harare. See this car?
Yes.
Well, I have been told by somebody that you have stolen my car and that you have the car here.
Me?
Yeah. Come on, let's take a look around here. Come on.
Sent to you. It's a lazy lover sent to you. It's a lazy lover sent to you. Today or tomorrow you'll be so.
Right. Where's my car?
I don't know where it is.
I ask you, where did he put my car?
I didn't see it.
Typical. Just come. Right. I'll give you 10 minutes, all right? 5 minutes. You go off and you look for my car and you bring it back here right away. Go on.
8.
Right, so who are you?
I'm John's wife.
And what do you do?
I work in Harare Hospital. I'm a nurse.
I see.
Who's the owner of that car?
That's my other car.
Oh,
Have a seat.
yes.
Sit down.
Thank you.
So, quite a fleshy young lass, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. Go away, go on! Right. Damn. Right, you see my car over there? Do you want to come for a ride in it?
No, I don't want.
You don't want to come for a ride?
Yes.
How much do you earn, tell me, in a month? How much would you earn?
£10 a month.
£10 a month. Right. Now, I'll offer you £5. Will you come for a ride in my car? All right?
I don't want.
You don't want £5?
I like it, but I don't want.
You like money?
Yes.
I see. All right. Be difficult. All right, so I'll give you a whole month's salary, £10. All right? £10. Will you come with me?
Yes. Okay, I want.
All right, come, let's go. Put him inside, please. And shut the door. You don't want him around the place. Your husband will be back in a minute. Right. Come on.
The lazy lover sent to you. It's a lazy lover sent to you. It's a lazy lover sent to you. Today or tomorrow you'll be so. Unless
What do you play
will
the-
share your mind, unless you have shared your mind. It's a lazy lover sent to you.
The steaming jungles we afford a common melody. These things have been forgotten since the days of victory. And you can call us rebels, and you can call us rogues. We were founded by an Englishman by the name of Cecil Rhodes. We fought for this
Seven.
You, come with me.
Today, I saw you in Cecil Square, and you won my pity as a white man in Rhodesia, because I felt, as such, that somebody looking as dejected and downcast as you could not, in any respect, be tolerated. And so, I have brought you here in order to tell you just quite how lucky you are.
Hey, psst. Black man, why sit down in the road and hang your head? What has happened to the black race? Where is the pride and dignity of the African people?
I think, for one thing, you fellows, I don't think you've quite realized what we've done for this country. We came here in 1891. We brought with us, among other things, among our humble household goods, we brought Western standards and Christianity. We've given you facilities. We have given you schools, for one thing. And I think the big thing for you to realize is that there are opportunities here for all, if you have merit.
You must know that you are servants. In the eye of the white man, you are not good enough to be more than his boy. He knows nothing about your culture, your traditions, your problems. He does not know what you feel, what you think.
There might be some justification for your dumb plaints, because you might have been reading too many magazines, etc., from outside. They accuse us of being racialists, of being segregationists, etc., etc. We are not. We are multiracialists. I mean, we don't ask you to mix with us. We don't ask ourselves to mix with you. But nevertheless, those who wish to mix can. It's entirely optional. So, why this attitude? This is what we cannot understand. And this is the attitude which we are out to remedy. And we are going to remedy it, whether you like it or not.
But look, black man, look about you. You built this town. You built the houses. And you made the roads. But you are always a laborer. Only the doors that lead to better life are banged in your face by the white man. But even the white man has a master. Fear, fear, fear of the black man.
Finally, remember, we are in complete control in Rhodesia today. We, the Europeans, We are all powerful. We have the reins in our hands, and we can pretty well do what we like.
Six. Five. Four.
Basic human and political rights. Do you think an African who is fully qualified to vote has a right to vote?
No one has any basic rights whatsoever. I'm sorry.
No one has basic rights?
No. The rights, just to get on to a wider point, rights are given to you by those who can take them away. You don't even have a right to life in England now with the abortion laws gone through, do you? So how can you say there is a right to vote? Would you still say that if we brought in an abortion law here, would you still yell your head off about the right to vote? When you knew that people don't even have the right to be born. There are no basic rights, Tony. A vote is not a basic right.
Say, your parents, I don't know, but your father, does he come from a working class in Britain?
Yes.
Do you think he has a right to vote?
Yes, I think so. He may.
But
he's never really spoke about it. No, I don't. No, not at all. I'm very much like Disraeli, that votes should be weighed and not counted in any strata of democracy.
All right, if they're weighed, that implies some sort of qualification of a person. When
yes, of course, certainly.
And when he qualifies, why doesn't he have this right, according to you?
I don't. I think most Africans who do qualify have the right.
Have the right, right
Yes.
now, all right? In 2 months' time, this probably will no longer be true. You're going to have 3 provincial parliaments, one for the Mashona tribe, one for the Matabele tribe, and one for the white tribe. And the white tribe is going to be in pretty well effective control of the national parliament, defends financial matters, economic matters, etc.
Yes, that is so.
And this is a blatantly racial division. And it means that the Africans cannot get beyond this point. They will never get into ultimate control, whether they're qualified or not.
Tony, but
I
let's
might
remember...
be willing to concede your point now that not that many are qualified. If I did concede this, will you concede that time may arrive when they will qualify?
Yes,
and
certainly.
yet they're going to be denied the rights to run the country.
Hey, come here. Where are you going?
Take me out of town.
Okay, jump in.
Come on,
Quickly.
Three.
Let's stop the car and pull over here. Iwe. Take this child and put him under the front wheel.
Two.
What the hell do you want?
0. 1.
Kana iwe ndiwa wangu wandisiya uchienda ndichasowa zvikuru. Zero.
1.
Under the Law and Order Maintenance Act, you face the mandatory sentence for unauthorized possession of a firearm. Under the laws of this country, erected to protect decent, God-fearing citizens from people just such as yourself, I have no alternative, even had I so wished, but to pass the ultimate sentence. You will be taken from here to a place of execution, and on the day and time appointed, you will be hanged by the neck until you are dead. And may God have mercy upon your soul.
What the hell do you think you're doing standing like that? Defending these people, I suppose. These people are just murderers. And you're standing Rhodesian justice. What does justice mean? This is what we have come here to do, to bring civilization. You come here for 2 minutes, and then you go. But we've got to stay. We've got to fight. Because this is our country, not yours. This is what we stand for. Law and order. Law in this country. Silly bloody cattle lovers.
That's what she needs. She wants to be cooled down.
I suppose you'd laugh about it, really, if part of you wasn't already crying. Civilization. That bearded idiot suddenly comes down and tells me that he stands for standards. And he'll stay here and die for things that are of value. I wish they could see. There's been too much violence, too much killing. If you deprive a man of any dignity, any chance to be himself, any chance to voice his feelings, of course he resorts to violence, like that man's just done. Surely this is the way to look at the terrorists, not just string them up in their thousands like a bunch of grapes. They're so proud of their history as well. It's almost embarrassing. If they only bothered to read some of it sometime. I'm not saying there were no good men on the column, no good men in the company. But it was a money-making enterprise, let's face it. And the kind of men who go long distances after money. And money alone. Seldom those I would like to claim as my ancestors. Of course, there was bravery. But why need it? Why have to come and take a land? I think what's worst is the effect it has on the whites themselves. You mind, obviously you mind, every time you meet an African who's missed his chance of schooling, who's hungry, who's homeless, your heart goes out to him, it must. If you're a fellow human being, it must. But it's when you see the effect on the white people, the way their minds set, their eyes set. The rest of the world has gone to a great deal of trouble to discover new things, new responsibilities. And what happens here? Solemnly and deliberately, they turn their backs and trot backwards into the 19th century. The one or two who do it openly in the name of mere expediency, who say, this is convenient, I want money, I want prestige, I'm staying here, I'm a big fish in a little pool, those I can almost respect, you know. There's an honesty to it. It's the ones who put their hand on their heart and with great pious sighs say they are protecting the African. Protecting him from what? I don't know, I don't want to think about it much longer. There's an awful feeling that you'll get caught up in it yourself. There's a complicity. You partake of the corruption merely by living there. I don't know.
We believe that as a result of government policy, based on a principle of white supremacy, there will be outbreaks of terrorism which will produce an intensity of bitterness and hostility between the various races of this country that is not produced even by war. Time has proved that none of the great powers or international organizations are prepared to force justice through in Southern Africa today. And we are placed in a position in which we have either to accept a permanent state of inferiority or to defy the government. We choose to defy the government.
Free.